morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for our December Women's Business Connection. It's so nice to see all of you, Jan. I just saw your new background come up. Lovely. Is that a peppermint cake behind you? Nice. So I'm Kelly Harrison, president of the chamber, and I have to say this is one of my favorite calls because they just love seeing all you ladies and frankly hearing that are going on. And before we get started with our sponsor, thank you, Hillary, I would like to just go around the room because I know we have a few new people on this call, and if you could just take just a minute, not a minute, 30 seconds and introduce yourself, just a name and maybe where you're calling me in from. That would be great. We're going to just start at the top here, and we'll start with Peggy. Peggy's with me.
Hi, I'm Peggy Lawson from the Market Builder.
Thank you. Pam?
Hi, I'm Pam Williams. I'm representing Fellowship Square. They're doing really well, and as Okoya was talking about, you know, the residents are really happy to be back in the dining room and getting a lot of different exercise on their internet TVs in their all their apartments.
Thank you. Jacki?
And I am Okoya Mesa. Well, I'm part of Okoya Mesa. And I agree with Pam. It's a very good thing our companies are doing and trying to keep our residents safe so that they can have some normalcy going on. That's what we're doing at Okoya Mesa here in Mesa. Well, COVID-free. Thank you, God.
Thank you.
Yes.
Teresa?
Teresa DeBona from the Mesa Chamber of Commerce.
Susan?
Susan Teichman, excuse me, Director of Membership Sales for the Mesa Chamber.
Sherry?
Hi, I'm Sherry with Teen Strong, and we are a mission-driven company to help prevent teen suicide. So I am teenstrong.com. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Jan Patel?
Good morning, Jan Vitale, representing Fuller Chiropractic.
Thank you. Shauna?
Shauna Zuniga, Mesa Chamber of Commerce, Director of Operations and Finance.
Mary?
Mary Kamenska, I am your Avon lady.
Thank you. Jan?
Good morning, Jan Newton, owner of Nothing Bundt Cakes in Gilbert Mesa.
Thank you. Sandy?
Hi, I'm Sandy with Mesa United Way, Director of Small Business United 365.
Thanks. Jamie?
Hi, Jamie Podratz from Save the Family.
Awesome. Joan?
Morning, Joan Kruger with NEI Horizon Commercial Real Estate.
Thank you. Jane?
Hey, I'm Jane with Aspen Hospice. Nice to be here, everyone.
Thanks, Jane. Nicole?
Hi, everyone. Nicole Magny, manage public policy and communications for Cronus SCS, Scottsdale-based cyber protection company.
Thanks. Vesta?
Hi, I'm Vesta Roberts with East Valley Disaster Services.
Katrina?
Hello, Trina with True Home Maintenance, Air Conditioning and Heating out of Mesa.
Thank you. Karen?
Hey everyone, it's Karen Hartman. I'm at Paul Davis of Greater Phoenix. We are your COVID cleaning experts in the Greater Phoenix area.
Awesome. Melissa?
Hi, Melissa Buxton with Superstition Spring Center and 10 other Macerich shopping centers here in Arizona.
Christy?
Hi, I'm Christy with Eagle Pathway. We're a nonprofit who helps children in foster care and those who've aged out of foster care.
Thank you. Crystal? Crystal? Okay, Jennifer?
Hi, I'm Jennifer Mathis with Fairway Independent Mortgage.
Carrie?
Hi, I'm Carrie Schulman with Ron McDonald House Charities of Central and Northern Arizona.
Awesome, thanks. Wendy?
Hi, I'm Wendy. I am part of Rayhan's Financial.
Thank you. We'll try Crystal one more time. Okay, maybe not. Okay, at this time, I would, oh, we have one more person coming in. Okay. She's connecting to audio. She just got invited an hour ago. Taylor.
Hi.
Hi. Hey, Taylor, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi, I'm Taylor with Chase Building Team. I'm so excited to be here. Excited.
Thanks for being on the call. We appreciate it. Okay, Wendy, are you there? Okay.
Yes.
All right. At this time, I'd like to turn it over to Linda so she can introduce our sponsor, Hillary.
Good morning, everyone. I am just so pleased to introduce our sponsor, Hillary Samples, with Mountain View Funeral and Cemetery. And so Hillary, take it away and share what is happening with Mountain View.
Awesome.
And thank you so much for being our sponsor today.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. My name's Hillary, and I'm with Mountain View Funeral Home and Cemetery. I'm their marketing director. And Mountain View is a family-owned funeral home. We have 3 locations. We have our one on Main Street, the Main in Sussex, and that's a full-service funeral home and cemetery. We have Apache Junction, which is down on the trail by the new Fries, and then we have one in Coon Creek, which is have 2 crematories. One is here at Mountain View in Mesa, and the other one is at our Apache Junction location. Our one in Queen Creek, we didn't even ask for a permit because it's kind of in a residential commercial area, I should say rather. But I'm very proud of the fact that we have crematories on site. That way, when somebody comes into our care, they remain in our care, and you don't have to worry about, you know, is that person going out to lunch with my loved one on the way to another place where they're being cremated. So we're very transparent. We're always welcome to show people what we're about, and people can come and take tours. One of the main things that we do is I'm very passionate about educating the community on pre-planning your funerals and getting that taken care of, so your family doesn't have to take care of that at the time. It guarantees your pricing at today's pricing, so family members don't have to worry about that. And it also takes away the burden, the emotional burden for the family. We're very community driven. We have grief support every Monday, which is virtual. There's been a lot of loss this year, and it's not just people passing away. There's been loss of jobs, people not being able to see loved ones, and just so many different things with COVID going on. So we have a virtual grief support, and that happens every Monday at 10 o'clock. So if you know somebody who's grieving or has experienced a loss, please send them our way. We'd be really happy to have them on our call with us. Another thing that we're doing is for over 20 years, we've had a service.
Hillary, excuse me, you're kind of going in and out and folks are having trouble hearing you a little bit. So I'm going to ask everyone to make sure that they're muted, and I'm hoping that that will help.
Oh,
so
perfect.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. I know I have that problem on this computer for some odd reason too, with the in and out. One thing that we're doing is, for over 20 years, we have had a tree of remembrance service, and that is for families who have lost a loved one. And due to limitations this year with COVID, we cannot fit that amount of people in our chapel and keep people safe. And it broke our hearts because we've done this for so many years. And a lot of times that's the only service that people have for their loved ones. And so we put our heads together here. And this year, what we are doing is we are having a drive-through. We call it Lights of Love. And it's happening this Friday, December 4th, from 4 to 8. And if you'd like to come, go ahead and email me. I'll put my email in here. But what we're doing is we'll have the Dixon carolers here. We'll have ornaments for people who have lost a loved one. We have a local baker who's doing cookies for our families. And then we will have a shadow box where people can put their loved one's name in there and light a candle. So we just feel it's really important to give people that closure and that opportunity for their loved one, to honor them. And then from December 5th, which is Saturday, until January 3rd, you're welcome to drive through the cemetery at any time from 4 to 8 and make memories with your family and enjoy the lights. And our grounds crew worked really, really hard putting those up, so I'm really proud of them. And but our main thing is to help people pre-plan to take that burden off their family and we're here to help you at any time. And thank you for letting me be a sponsor.
Thank you, Hillary. We appreciate all you do in our community.
Thank you.
All right, Linda, would you like to introduce our special speaker today?
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I get to introduce one of our amazing agency representatives and someone that has been just a community leader for many years. And I just really want to introduce our friend and just a wonderful person, Jacki Taylor. So I'd like to share a little bit about Jacki with you. And so it's a short bio. It could be much lengthier, but Jacki is well known and respected leader in the homeless arena, having worked over 25 years in this field. She began her career in this field as an executive director at a Phoenix-based nonprofit where she led for 14 years. For 4 years, she headed Arizona's statewide coalition on homelessness. In 2010, Jacki was elected to become the Chief Executive Officer of Save the Family Foundation of Arizona, an arm of Save the Family. She oversees a staff of 53, which provides services and housing to nearly 700 families annually. Save the Family's mission is to equip families to address poverty, overcome homelessness, and achieve self-sufficiency. Jacki holds a bachelor's degree in education, a master's degree in education, and a master's degree in counseling. She is well known for her passion and results-driven leadership. In 2015, Jacki was the recipient of the Organization of Nonprofit Executives Organization Accomplishment Innovation Award for Save the Family's development of 132 units of affordable housing, the housing complex in Mesa, Escobedo at Verde Vista. Jacki currently serves as a member of Maricopa County's Community Development Advisory Committee and a member of MAG's Homeless Continuum of Care Board. Personally, Jacki is the wife of Ev for over 40 years, and together they have 2 grown children and 5 grandchildren. Please help me welcome Jacki Taylor.
Hey, Jacki.
Linda, thanks so much. It's really an honor and a privilege to be with such an amazing group of woman power. You are all blowing me away with what you do and what you contribute to this community. So thank you so very much for inviting me. I want to introduce you to Jamie Podratz. Jamie, wave. Jamie's our community and outreach manager at Save the Family, and she's going to be helping me present. She drives the computer much better than I do. So well, I'll say thank you to Jamie. When Sally asked me to present, she asked around giving. And Sally, I don't know if this was just your sheer genius, which I would not doubt at all, but today is actually Arizona Gives Day. Yeah. So that led to the title of this presentation. Arizona Gives Day is really kind of a fun thing that I think we all look forward to after Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and then today, Arizona Gives Day. So I wanted to start out, if we all get into that attitude of giving, just to center ourselves as we go through this. I want to take a tour of Save the Family, talk a little bit about the work that we do. What CEO would miss an opportunity, right, to promote the great work of her agency? So Save the Family was actually founded over 30 years ago by 4 businessmen who had a huge heart for the plight of homeless families. Homelessness at that time, back in the late 80s, was really emerging as a critical social concern. And so Save the Family started with just 4 families. We targeted women coming out of domestic violence. And our mission, really, it's been tweaked a little bit over the 30 years, but it's remained fairly consistently the same, that we equip families to address poverty, overcome homelessness, and achieve self-sufficiency. Next. So I'm sure you are aware of this. Family homelessness continues to be a growing problem. Back in the 80s, we actually had dreams of solving family homelessness. But even back then, the lack of availability of affordable housing, economic issues, all contributed to family homelessness continuing to be an issue of grave concern for our communities. Last year, Save the Family served 587 families, including over 1,000 children. 70% of our families are headed by single moms. Around 1/3 of them escaped domestic violence. You know, as we're looking forward into this current fiscal year, we are anticipating serving well into about 680 families, up to 700 families this fiscal year. And we've been able to do that in great part with a lot of the CARES Act funding that have flowed to the agency through different municipalities as well as Maricopa County. One of the sad statistics is that pre-pandemic, over 50 new families were falling into homelessness each week here in Maricopa County. Maricopa County is considered our region, our service region for Save the Family. So we serve families coming predominantly from Mesa, but also from other municipalities. Homelessness among families is expected to rise 15 to 30% in the coming months as a result of COVID. And one of the deadlines that we as service providers are all dreading is December 31st. For you've probably heard that the CARES Act put an eviction moratorium in place until the 31st. Of course, our concern is once that's lifted, thousands of families will be forced to vacate. Sadly enough, the majority of families that face eviction, though you might not be surprised, are families in the lowest income brackets. So the families that are most affected by eviction are the families that have the fewest resources to pull themselves out of that. Next, Jamie. So how does Save the Family help? We take a four-pronged approach. The first element that we provide is housing. Housing is the core. It's the key element to everything that we do. We say housing is healthcare, but housing is so much more. It's that stability, it's education for the kids. It's giving people a safe, clean place to sleep, to function, to be a family. So getting our family in that stable unit of housing is our first priority. The second element is that we wrap them with professional case management, and that is professional staff who work with families to help the families identify what the barriers were that led them into homelessness and help them craft plans to raise themselves out of homelessness. The third element are our supportive services for adults. We focus on classes like financial literacy, parenting classes, classes educating women on domestic violence. All of our classes, nutrition, they're all focused on independent living skills to help that family stabilize and hopefully strengthen them as they work toward achieving self-sufficiency. And since our very beginning, children's services have been a core service that we provide. We've understood for decades that homelessness is very traumatic for children, extremely damaging. An average homeless kiddo moves 7 times in a year. And you can imagine the destabilizing impact of that on their emotional well-being, not to mention their educational well-being. So we wrap these 4 elements around every family that walks through our doors and really take their hand and walk with them to help them achieve permanent housing on their own in the community and self-sufficiency for their families. Right now, I'd like to take you on a virtual tour of the agency. It's one thing for me to just use all my words to tell you about it. This gives you an opportunity to walk through the work of Save the Family. Let's take a look. Welcome to Save the Family. We can't welcome you to our office in person right now, so here's a quick tour of our facilities from the comfort of your own home or office. Save the Family first opened its doors in 1988 after our founders encountered family homelessness here in the East Valley and wanted to help. From those first few families who found themselves homeless after escaping domestic violence to the nearly 600 families that we served last year, Save the Family has provided housing and supportive services to thousands of families over the last several decades. We often hear the question, how do families find you? Save the Family is one of several organizations to host the Family Housing Hub. The Family Housing Hub is a centralized access point for families that are experiencing homelessness. At the Hub, staff help families who are seeking services evaluate their specific barriers to finding and keeping a home. These barriers range from being a single parent, eviction, domestic violence, low educational attainment, which prevents them from earning a living wage, having an illness that limits a parent's ability to work, lack of transportation, and many more reasons. Every family's different. Once we understand the family's situation, we help them create a plan to become self-sufficient. We know that housing is only part of the solution to ending homelessness. Save the Family uses a 3-pronged approach to ending homelessness: stable housing, case coordination, and support services. It's the case coordinator who plays an essential role in charting each family's journey to self-sufficiency. Upon entry, each family partners with a case coordinator to help connect them to the resources, programs, and supports they need to achieve their goals. We offer daily classes on job searching, budgeting, parenting, healthy meal planning, overcoming trauma, and other topics designed to provide parents with the skills and resources they need now and in the days ahead. At our Career Center, parents get help with job applications, resumes, cover letters, and interview preparation. The center is available for families to use the internet, printer, copier, and fax machine for job search. Parents in our programs are still finding new and better jobs each week. Now that we're social distancing, many of our classes are offered via Zoom. The cost of childcare is a barrier for most of the families we serve. So while parents are meeting with case coordinators, attending a class, interviewing for work, or visiting the Career Center, their children have a safe place to be. Little Kids Works is a drop-in childcare center where parents can leave their kiddos who may be too young for school. Save the Family Youth Program staff and volunteers read, sing, do art projects, and play educational games with the children. We also offer after-school and summertime programming for elementary through high school-aged children in our programs. Another of the many ways we are able to support families in our programs is a direct result of the community's generosity. Missy's Mall is an on-site food pantry, clothing closet, and more. Case coordinators are able to access shelf-stable foods, household essentials like cleaning supplies, kitchen utensils, and other items so desperately needed by our families. We keep a stash of school supplies, toys, and activities, diapers, and the list goes on. With the help of many generous individuals, churches, businesses, and other organizations who want to help and are willing to hold donation drives, we are able to provide many of the basic items a family needs when they arrive from emergency shelter. It has been our privilege to serve thousands of families from throughout Maricopa County for more than 30 years. And with your support, we look forward to serving many more in the years to come. Thank you for supporting Save the Family. To make a gift, please visit us online and click the donate button. There you can find many more ways to sign up to stay in touch and learn more about the programs offered for our families. You can also follow us on social media. From our family to yours, stay safe and stay healthy. We hope to see you in person very soon. So that takes us to ask not how you can give. So what I want to just focus on are, what are the ways that we give? So Jamie, you want to run us through that?
Am I successfully unmuted?
Yes.
So yeah, there are so many different ways to give, and on Giving Tuesday, no less, it is the perfect time to talk about it. And you know, we share our perspective from Save the Family, but it's any organization that you're involved with, and any organization where you're feeling passionate about the cause. So we wanted to just dive in and kind of introduce the concept of, you know, ask not how or what you can give, but also understanding, you know, what can giving do for you? We started off by sharing wise words about giving.
So these are, I bet if I asked each one of you, those of you that, you know, have grown up in a faith community, giving is just embedded, it's in our fiber. But I bet every one of us could quote something about giving. So let's see if any of these resonate with you. We make a living by what we get. We make a life by what we give. That's wise Winston Churchill. So here you see the woman with the blonde hair is Celeste Adams. Celeste is our adult resource manager. And the thing I love about this slide, she's embracing a client. This is pre-COVID, by the way, just so you know, we're working to be safe at Save the Family. But it embodies the love that I think and hope that all of our clients feel the minute they walk through our doors. I am so, you know, you can pay your staff to work, but you can't pay for them to care. I would put this staff of mine up against anyone's for the level of caring and warmth that they show every single person that walks through that door. You know, when they come through our doors, they're often broken. They've had a lot of disappointment and a lot of heartache in their lives. And so it is literally our staff that buoy them up, shore them up, help them embrace the good things in their life, the strengths in their life that are going to carry them forward to that next chapter.
That is, Jackie, if I might weigh in here, you know, as a staff person here at Save the Family, it is so much more than a job, you know, for me, and I know for others. You know, you come to work and you make a living and you give your time, you know, you could be spending that time with your family. And when you get to spend your time, you know, interacting with, you know, just amazing family after amazing family who's, you know, been through the ringer, it really is so it adds a richness to life that really can't be compared. And that's, you know, for those of us who don't necessarily work in the nonprofit sector, that's something you can find through the volunteer work or through finding, you know, another way to get engaged. But for us here at staff, and probably for many of you women in your jobs, it's so much more than a job. You know, it is a way of life and a very cool way to be connected and give back through your work.
Thank you, Jamie. One other quote, Charles Dickens, "No one is useless in this world who lightens the burden of another." This is actually a group from Voya, and they have just finished what we call a paint and clean. So it's an employee activity group. They come in, we provide them with the supplies that they need, and they literally from top to bottom refresh the unit when one family's leaving and we're preparing it for a new family coming in. So for those of you who want to do or engage in some employee team building activities for your groups, we have figured out ways to do these kinds of activities, perhaps with a smaller group, but in a COVID safe environment. So keep that in mind as you go forward.
And now
it is, Jamie, go ahead.
God, you know, I was just going to mention, you know, these are not experts in construction or home building. You know, it can feel a little daunting. And whether it's here doing a paint and clean at Save the Family or, you know, putting together shelving for another organization, you know, you don't have to have the expertise in all the different things. But there are organizations like ours, you know, we're willing to plug you in and we have all the information and the tools and everything just to put you to work. And it really does lighten the burden of our staff, you know, our property maintenance staff, and then our families coming into a fresh new place makes a big difference.
Absolutely. Oh, this is a familiar one probably to us all, St. Francis of Assisi. For it is in giving that we receive. This depicts one of our volunteers in our little kids' works, reading to those two little guys. And again, it's just that act of giving of oneself to another that adds to the richness of what our families receive at Save the Family. Those who are the happiest are those who do the most for others. Booker T. Washington. Here we see a group. Jamie, remind me who this group is. I'm totally drawing a blank right now.
This is Boeing. They sent us.
That's right.
From Boeing, yep.
So every quarter we have an activity where we invite provider groups to come in, and it's kind of like one-stop shopping for our clients to see resources that are available in the community. Sometimes there are items to hand out to the clients, and this group of Boeing volunteers is doing just that, providing our clients with some of the goods that they need. That's perfect. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others, Mahatma Gandhi. And the heart again, you know, love is such a powerful motivator. Love of work, I think, is what fuels us. When I look at you all and I've heard the businesses that you do, I think what Jamie said about when you have that job that's more than a job, it's a passion that you can immerse yourself in and be part of giving to others. I don't think life gets much better than that. So ask not how you can give. This picture is of a former client and her kiddos, Ebony. Ebony, when she got out of the program, was desperate for a way to give back. So she reached out to staff. We have a volunteer coordinator who's just excellent at connecting anyone with finding out what your passion is and and plugging you into the best place to give. And Ebony and her family decided to adopt not just one family, but 4 families for Thanksgiving. So that is truly that full circle from taking and receiving to giving. And she and her kids just thoroughly enjoyed this experience. They're doing so well, I just have to tell you.
They're great.
Know what giving can do for you. So giving isn't a one-way street. We get it back. We may not be conscious of what we may be getting back out of giving, but see if any of these resonate with you. There was a study that I came across from the Cleveland Clinics in their publication of mental health in October 2020, and it detailed different studies that showed a link between health and giving. That just tweaked my interest. And as I was preparing for that, I thought, wow, this is exactly what I needed. Did you know that giving can lower your blood pressure? As I walk through these different benefits of giving, see if you see the same thing that I do, which is that element of getting outside of yourself and into another by giving, by writing that check, by sharing that credit card number, lowering blood pressure. I definitely need that in my life. Sometimes the drugs don't cut it all the way. Giving increases self-esteem. So giving is again that moment that we're getting outside of our criticism of ourself, our self-doubts, and we're able to focus generally on the purpose of what we're giving to. And it usually involves someone who is in worse shape than we are. And it is that opportunity to step outside of yourself and focus on another being. And then you feel good about it. Giving, believe it or not, lessens depression. So what is depression? You know, we all have experienced it at one time or another. But again, it's that introverted focus on self that, you know, we're stressing over COVID. We're stressing over financial issues. We may be stressing over Lord knows what. There's a plethora of issues to stress over. But getting outside of yourself and giving, no matter what that form it may take, lessens depression. Giving increases happiness and satisfaction. And I got to thinking about, you know, even my own experience. When I write a check to my favorite charity, usually Save the Family, but my church too, I give to my church. I give to United Way. When I do those things, I do find myself kind of smiling inside. And, you know, after doing this presentation, I hope that I intentionally focus on the experience of giving and contemplate for at least a moment what I'm getting out of it as well. Maybe we take the act of giving too much for granted and we don't stop to reflect on what it's doing for us. And one more thing, giving extends life. So, you know, if you look at all those other factors, reducing stress, reducing depression, those are all factors that help us live a happier, fuller life. And according to research, this is all research backed. I didn't have time to go into all the elements of each of the studies that revealed these factors, but it can extend the quality for sure, but also the quantity of life. So giving is not only good for the community, it is great for you. It's great for me. What can you give? Sometimes we're at a loss. We can give of our time through volunteering, through conducting a drive for your favorite charity. Through paint and cleans. You go, Jamie, you're good. You're good. You can give of your talent. Painting, you know, it's physical labor. Reading to a kid. Maybe you have great patience and you can tutor children that are behind in school. There's just a plethora of opportunities to get involved. You can give of your treasure. Yes, it's Arizona Gives Day. As Jamie said, all nonprofits are excited about Arizona Gives Day. Keep in mind that we're in that time of year where we think of tax credit seasons. And the beauty of a tax credit is you can give up to $800 as a couple to a qualified charitable organization. Make sure you have their CQO designation. You can find that online. And your accountant, if you use an accountant, can help you figure that out as well. But it is a benefit for you, the giver, because that's a deduction on your state taxes, and it's a benefit to the agency that you contribute to. Agencies like Save the Family are always doing private fundraising. About 2/3, our budget's approximately $6 million, and about 2/3 of our budget comes from private funds. So having our community support, you know, that saying, it takes a village, is true for every single nonprofit. And the thing too, that I think is beautiful about those private treasures that we get is we leverage them. We leverage them for grant funding. We leverage them to attract some of our government funding that we get. All of our government funded programs require some kind of match, usually a 25% match. And that necessitates private dollars. So treasure is really important. It's kind of like in our church, you know, we ask for time, talents, gifts, and service. So this is basically where this is coming from. So find your passion and give for the favorite nonprofit organization whose mission resonates so wonderfully with your passion, and support it, not for the agency alone, but for you and your well-being. That's perfect. So you can learn more about us at savethefamily.org. And if you have any questions, I'm happy to try to answer those for you. Thank you. Jamie, we could take this down and get a better view of our people.
Yeah, thank you so much. We appreciate all that you do year round, not just this time of the year, but I will say since I started at the Chamber in 2008, we have adopted a family through Save the Family every year. And it's primarily this group of ladies that step up and help buy gifts and wrap gifts and provide, you know, kind of an experience for the family that we are assigned every year that maybe they wouldn't get otherwise. So a big thank you from me to this group and our staff for chipping in and making the holidays a little brighter for one family at least.
Thank you.
Yeah,
we are so grateful for that. And you know, we have Mesa is a wonderful community. It's a giving community. It's neighbors caring for neighbors. And we are very blessed. We take great pride in being a Mesa born and raised organization. And you know, we're grateful for those of you that join in our mission. And if for those of you who have never had a relationship with us, we would welcome that. So thank you. It just warmed my heart, Sally, when you asked me to come and speak with you all, because there's just so much good woman power on this Zoom.
Yes.
It blows me away.
Jackie, can you talk about I didn't know about this until recently, but obviously I would assume most people on this call know about the tax credits, but I learned recently about the CARES credit. I assume you guys are eligible for that too.
Jamie's shaking her head, yes.
So
yes.
That's in addition, right, to the regular credits that we all apply for every year?
That's right. So there is just a time limited thing through December 31st, a $300 above the line credit. So normally if you're not itemizing your taxes, you know, your donations kind of all get lumped in, but this is an above the line $300 that you can kind of layer on. So that's a federal offering. This Arizona state tax credit, that's the $400 credit for individuals, $800 for married filing jointly. It's a different thing. So there's an additional $100 credit this year from CARES Act.
Thank you, Jamie.
Yeah, thank you.
And Sally, thanks for raising that.
Well, it's just one more way. I mean, basically it's like the state credit, you get that money back when you file your taxes.
Exactly.
So it's kind of a no-brainer if you've got it and you know you have the ability to do it. Why wouldn't you? Right? It's
right.
Like layering that onto an education credit. So there's multiple options, right? But you know, there's other nonprofits on this call. Maybe we can ask if they want to share anything. Carrie, do you have anything from Ronald McDonald House you want to mention?
Well, Jackie, it's so nice to meet you. Thank you so much. You inspire me by the great work that you and Jamie and your whole team do. And it truly is a labor of love. I can tell you, you know, being in the nonprofit sector right now during this challenging time, it's really even more of an honor and a privilege to serve in the way that we do in this community. And I'm so fortunate to Sally and the Chamber, and you know, we have a Ronald McDonald House in Mesa. And we are doing everything that we can to continue moving our mission forward and serving families, even in these unprecedented times that just seem to get a little more difficult each day. But I do think that we are going to come out of this in 2021, and you know, taking care of each other is a really important thing to do. So you know, thanks to everyone who supports the nonprofit sector, and thanks Jackie and Jamie for sharing your story today.
Thank you, Carrie. It's good to meet you too.
Sandy, do you want to plug? I think Mesa United Way's campaign is for the Veterans Center. Is that true?
Today, you mean the Giving Tuesday? Yes, today the Giving Tuesday is going to the Mesa Veterans Resource Center. And they could use all the help that they can. It is a wonderful program that they have going on over there. I worked over there for a year, so I kind of really know what I'm talking about. And so, yeah, that's another way you could give, is to the Mesa Veterans Resource Center. Under Mesa United Way, you know, it goes through Mesa United Way over to the Vet Center. But if you guys, Sally, are we, do you have that up on, how do we do that? How do you guys all get to see that? Like with Save the Family and, you know, the Giving Tuesday, how can we do that?
That's all posted on all of our social media. And if you guys haven't seen the catalog, which it's gone out in our Monday morning message, we have a giving catalog that has information from everybody who turned information into us for all of our nonprofits. So that came through our Nonprofit Vitality Council. If you haven't seen that, just let us know. Linda or I can get it to you. But it's full of ways to support our nonprofits. I mean, I don't know of one nonprofit that doesn't need cash, but not everybody has that resource. So if you've got time or talent, like Jackie mentioned earlier, I mean, everybody has a way to give. You just have to decide what that looks like. And it's different from everyone. Anybody else have anything? a very quiet group too. Linda,
I just want to say I think I know Jackie from my prior life. I think I designed her backyard. I'm like, are you still in Val Vista Lakes? What a small world. I cannot believe this because we had pledged last month, before we knew however many houses we sold for the month of November, that we were going to give $100 per house to save the family. And Jackie didn't even click with me. And so we sold 6 houses. So I'll be going on today to put in $600 through the org. And I am like, what a small world, isn't that?
Oh my goodness. And the backyard is going great.
I love it. It must be beautiful now that it's mature.
It really is.
Might be driving your husband crazy, that's for sure.
We have a good yard guy that gives it a buzz once in a while.
Good. So what a small world. But
really
anyway,
good to see you.
Love your presentation. That was fantastic. And I was sitting there going, oh, well, I hadn't even thought about all the credit part, because I know we haven't, for our personal side, I know we haven't done anything to use the credit. So I'm like, I could go in and do on the company side the 600 we pledged, and then just go on the personal side and take care of the other.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Hey, a quick question for, let's see, Pam and Becky. I lost you on the screen. Would you guys need or want some holiday cards for your residents?
I would never turn away anything like that.
Okay.
There are several that don't have a lot of family around them right now, can't see their family, have lost loved ones recently. Yeah, I would love that.
Okay. Well, if you want to get me specific names, maybe we can do a little something like that.
That would be great. Thank you.
You want to email me, Pam? If you want to email me.
That's a great idea, Sally. That'll keep my kids busy for a little bit.
There you go. See, Melissa?
Win-win.
When COVID first, hit back in March, I think we did a couple rounds of cards. I know we were able to hit 2 or 3 of our senior facilities, but especially if you know specific residents that won't have anybody, we're happy to do that.
Sally, we have Christy Blaker on the call that's representing an agency as well, so we may want to call on her.
Well, yeah, if you've got folks, Christy, if you've got somebody that you've got some concerns about, just email me and we'll get it out to the group, and anybody who wants to do a little card writing, we're happy to do that.
And Christy, do you want to speak about your agency and the needs you might have?
So we help children in foster care and children who have aged out of foster care. Every Christmas, we do a Stockings of Love program, which provides a stocking of Christmas gifts for children in foster care and kinship placements. And we are collecting donations for that. This year, we have a lot of teenagers signed up as opposed to small children. And sometimes they're harder to buy for. So we'll do gift cards, $10 gift cards to Walmart or Target or sports, Dick's, something like that, or even fast food or groceries. So we're always looking for donations for that. That event is happening in about 2.5 weeks. And I put my email in the chat box, so you can send it there. Our thrift store is located near Greenfield and Main Street, and that's a drop-off point for any of those donations. Thank you.
Great, thank you.
May I say that Nothing Bun Cakes is always looking for recipients, for nonprofit organization recipients. We have what we call the Bring the Joy recognition, and we provide free buntlets for your staffs just to say thank you for all that you're doing. So if you'd like to get in touch with me, my email address is there, and we would love to give back to you as well with individual bundt cakes.
Oh, that's awesome, Jan. I have had your bundt cakes, and they are to die for.
Thank you. I'd love to bring some to your staff, so you just let me know.
Thanks so very much. And I think all of us as employers I think our staff are feeling hungry for, no pun intended, but for a little extra love. It's been a stressful several months. Hey, and I do apologize for messing with my hair, but I have COVID bang, and I am growing it out, but it is, I styled my hair for you ladies today. And I'm so mad that it's not cooperating because it was supposed to look decent. And I keep, messing with this. Jamie told me I just needed a barrette. And I said, a barrette on a 70-year-old just doesn't look good. So anyway, but no, I seriously mean, Jan, that's a phenomenally generous offer because, our people are we're all feeling the stress, and the people that we serve have additional stress upon their already existing stress. So a little sugar makes everybody happy.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for the opportunity.
If I could just share something. I was yesterday when I was getting ready for my day, that I had the Today Show on in the background, and they were talking about this month being Adoption Month, and they were focusing on children that have aged out of foster care or are getting ready to age out of foster care. And they had 4 young people on the call that they were interviewing, and it was so heartfelt, and my heart just broke for these kids that are a little older, that in the adolescent years, which we all know, if you have children or have had them, it can be a little challenging at times. And, it just inspired me. I was like, gosh, I wish I had it in me to adopt a bunch of teenagers because they just so need our help. So Christy, if there's things that along the way that you find would be helpful, please reach out and let us know. I know myself personally just has a very big heart for kids that are in foster care and age out. So if there's something that we can do as time goes on, please let the group know so how we can help and support those kids.
Can I also say something about the aging out of foster kids? Mesa United Way, well, it's actually a Foster 360. Also, we take care of the aging out. And I just want you guys to know that we have a new project called Culver Street, and we have 7 apartments that are getting ready for these aging out teenagers. And so as we go down the road, donations, for furniture, new appliances for the kitchen, things like that, so we can put it in their apartments, also will be appreciated.
I'm married. Yep. Day 2.
Whoops. Anyway, yeah, that's okay. So anyway, that's another way that is great because we actually are opening up apartments for them. So. And if you need to get in touch with us, Mesa United Way, you can get in touch with me. That would be great. Thanks.
Sandy, thanks for letting us know that. As a realtor, I have a lot of people that end up with odds and end furniture that they just don't want to deal with. And I still have a lot of connections with my old landscaping company that I no longer own. I sold it a couple of years ago. But in a heartbeat, I can call any of those guys and say, hey, I need a trailer over here. Can you pick this table up and take this wherever? And it doesn't cost us anything to help our client. And then as a win-win, help donate that to someone who could really use it.
Yeah, that would be great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Before we wrap up, if you could take a minute and just put your information in the chat, and that way if anybody's looking at trying to reach out to you, they can get your information from the chat room. Appreciate that. Anything else? Anybody? It's almost noon. We're gonna end on time.
Sally, I have a few announcements if I could.
Well, why don't you make those, Linda?
I'll do that while everyone's entering their information in the chat.
All right.
So at the top of the list, of course, was to remember that today is Giving Tuesday. So if you need ideas, there's Jackie, there's several on this call who would love to have your support. In addition, please check out our giving catalog that's online on our Mesa Chamber website. And then also, do not forget the Aging and Healthcare, which is this Thursday, December 3rd from 8 to 9. Also, Good News Girlfriends Club. If you've not been on there, we would love to have you there. It is a Friday, December 4th. It's every week from 3 to 4. And then we're going to be having a virtual lunch mob, which is December 10th, and it's going to be all about holidays. So hope you can make that. And that is from 11:30 to 12:30. And also just a reminder, if you have not supported our small businesses, consider when you're out shopping to go check them out because they need you more than ever. So hope you will just check out the businesses. As Sally and I did on Saturday, we were able to find lots of bargains and spend money. So hope you will too. So thanks everyone.
All right. Well, I think we will wrap it up with that. Jackie, thank you so much. We appreciate the information and the opportunity to support a family again. And I'm not sure where Hillary went on my screen, but Hillary, thank you for sponsoring today's meeting. We appreciate you and all you do. And if Hillary, if you could send me the information, I think we'll be doing a drive-through and see the lights at the cemetery. I think that is it. So we will see you all in January. As a reminder, if you haven't dropped off or sent your gifts that you have asked to be assigned, if that sounds right, if you could get them to me by Monday or Tuesday of next week, that would be awesome. One of our interns is wrapping, so we've got help. All right.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Thank you so much. Ladies, it's an honor to have you all as members and friends. Thank you all.
Same to you.
Happy
Bye-bye.
holidays, everybody.
Happy holidays.
Happy holiday.
Thank you.